proposed election. We have to my immediate right, Attorney Joaquin Nicolo Fernandez. Usapon po rin ako si usapon rin halangdong tao si Ivan de los Santos. Pareho silang Administration Officer, COMELEC Central Visayas. Mayong buntag, magandang umaga sa inyo.
Good morning sa atong mga friends from COMELEC, and I'm sure, Sir Eric, nga grabe kayo sila ka-busy. No? It's been a week after the Barangay Sangguniang Kabataan elections. Tagaan na sila gigayon nga muginhawa gamay kinana sa tay good news. Actually, Sir Eric, ang ato ang country, the Philippines, has climbed sa ato ang Global Innovation Index in 2023 from the 59th spot ni sakata nga to sa 56th spot, and this is out of the 132 economies in the GII 2023, and it's also a good thing that the Globe Group stands at the forefront of this transformative journey. So for more details, let's watch this. Alright, so congrats to our friends from the Globe Group, and congratulations to the Philippines for this positive milestone. Karon, Sir Eric, ato nang sugdan atong discussion. By the way, later on, we will also be joined by our friends from Zephyrin the Musical. This is one of the upcoming plays nga atong atngan karong weekend. We are going to enjoy a sneak peek performance from some of their lead cast members, and of course, we will also be joined by the show's writer and director himself. But ato silang ipa-standby for that. Sa pagkakaroon, atong hisgutan kining mga issues kabahin sa COMELEC. So usa ka semana na ang nilabay gikan sa nilabay nga piniday alang sa barangay ug SK elections. Daghan kong mga pahutan na Sir Ivan and Attorney Joaquin. Actually, no, daghan pa mong good things to do. There's the distribution of the honorarium for the members of the election board. I believe number 16% ang latest nga balita nga na-publish no, nga nahatagan doon na nabatay development ni kadaghan ba katong na-releasan. Number 2, ang filing of SOSE or the Statement of Contributions and Expenditures. And number 3, ganun sa kumungutan na Attorney and Sir Ivan, kanin mga nagpabilin ng mga campaign posters nga padayong nag-letters atong mga kadalanan kinsa may responsabli ani. So let's start siguro with the distribution of the honorarium na issue. Unsay updates ani, Sir?
Yes. Good morning everyone, and especially sa ating listeners, no? Kini ato ang distribution of honorarium as of yesterday. We are already on the 55% mark for the whole Region 7. And with regards to the distribution for the EBs and the DESO, and also with regards to our support staff, they have been starting to distribute in schedulers, of course, because with regards to the influx of huge amounts which we requested for, from the banks, they also had a hard time securing the cash. So we totally asked for the teachers' understanding regarding the distribution, because there were areas and municipalities wherein they were scheduled on a certain date, as long as the distribution would fall to the 15-day period and window for its distribution under the law. So I'm very grateful for the understanding of some of the teachers who have been patiently waiting for their honorarium to be distributed.
Wala ba tayong mga complaints nga nadawat, Sir Ayman, sa inyong buhatan? I'm sure nga na ay understanding pero na asay eager nga madawat ang ilahang honorarium.
Yes, with regards to that, there were some complaints and concerns before the office, but this has been agreed and understood by the concerned teachers as well, because they were scheduled on a specific date, and some also scheduled prior to the end of the election or during the election day, that it will be distributed within the 15-day window or period, because we also need the availability of the cash from the bank. But aside from that, our Honorable Chairman George Erwin Garcia wanted it to be distributed before November 3, but with regards to the capacity of our field office to distribute it on time, we also need the cooperation of the banks and the teachers as well on how to distribute this one, because on our end we can only do so much.
We have like a target date, Sir Ivan, nga ma-complete na gyud nato ang distribution.
Yes, under the law, it should be distributed on or before November 14. So that is 15 days after election day, starting October 31 to November 14. So within this period, the honorarium should be distributed at 100% level. So as of now, we are on the 55% mark for the whole Region 7, and we do hope that we can improve and finish this one within November 10, as per agreed in our recent discussions with our Regional Election Director, Attorney Laila Marco Castellano.
Sir Eric, question about aning honorarium before we move sa SOSE.
Yeah, thank you, partner. Kaning, how is the distribution made? Is it kaning face-to-face, or is it via e-cash, or?
Actually, this is made through payroll basis. No? So this is cash, and then the COMELEC has a list of all those election boards, poll workers, and supervising officers and the support staff, no? And they also have this scheduler rates, and it is also deductible by the tax regarding their tax threshold as well, and their respective positions. No? So this is given through payroll, so we withdraw money from the bank, and then we allocate it to the designated rates and scheduler rates provided to them.
Kuan kaning si Chair COMELEC Chair George Garcia ba, kay kugihan kayo ni siya, very innovative sa iyang mga ligog. In fact, sige na siya biyahe all over the Philippines. Di ba pwedeng kuha nato niya, ito lang kuha ba, i-disbursement ba, and then to update it para ang atong mga teachers, kabalo sila na right away, kuha na yun ng kwarta, what do you think? Change of system ba, style?
Yes. We can always bring that matter to him at any time. With regards to our ever supportive chairman, he also listens to the influx of concerns in the field office, and I'm very happy that he has been very receptive to the concerns in the field office, and for sure we will bring the matter to him.
Punta na lang ko, no? Kaya hindi pa ko kayo kuhan, kaning kalihan ko sa pinaghanan, wala kayo hibawan. Kaning, napay hazard pay ko na sila, kaning mga teachers ng palitan sa mga areas na kanabang peligro kayo ba? O na ba sila yung insurance? May na ba? Dapat tayo gibuhat nila na.
Sir, regarding that, there's medical assistance for them in case masakit or I heard somewhere in Abiliana, election day na ay di-atake. And in those cases, pwede silang maka-avail of medical assistance with COMELEC. And if ever yung mamatay, then they can also get death benefits. Aside from that, isa sa mga hazards during election, kita ng mga kuyawan sila mas makina sila. There's also legal assistance for them. If ever dili maka-provide ng lawyer ang COMELEC for them, they will be given legal assistance through cash. Or we also deputize the PAO and the Public Affairs Office for Public Prosecutor's Office for this matter.
Kuha siya kani mga prior what do you call this, benefits. I mean post benefits din, no? Just in case na may tabo. Pero wala tayong mga prior kanang yung ma-assign ka sa mga lisod na mga lugar nato lisod areas of grave concern sa police pa. Wala gyud tayo kanang hazard pay ba kaya uban mo doon mo atras kay mahadlok na sila eh. So what is that in the pipeline or can somebody suggest that para sa matabangan ng atong mga Board of Election?
Yes, we do understand that the different areas, voting centers spread throughout the region. We already predetermined the election areas of concern prior to the election day. And through this color categorization, there is also augmentation of our troops for that said area. So with regards to the hazard, it is pre-managed by our local enforcement agencies. And then with regards to the hazard pay, we can still bring that matter as well to our honorable chair with regards to that allocation. But for that, but for now, it is only up to our augmentation with regards to the security wise.
Ako na naisgustan kay katusang mga COMELEC officials nga ma-designated sa mga areas. Of course, kilala na hazard pay, di ba? O so, kasabot mo na going, no? So, kung ano nga pag-musgaling natin. Sige. Okay, the other questions I'll ask later.
Sige, before na mo move sa SOSE, nahisgutan naman sa hindi mo ang issue, Sir Eric, about any hazard pay and the hazards that our teachers can potentially experience during the election. So, kay init magiging kay ang politika during elections. Sir Ivan or attorney, na dapat ba ninyo ning complaint about a certain barangay in Lapu-Lapu City? Naman ko yung video that has gone viral na na-post sa Facebook ba, nga nabot ko no ang mga SWAT officers, gidemand ko no sa mayor of the incumbent mayor of the city, nga kuhaon ang mga ballot boxes kay dito i-recount sa City Hall instead of dito ihapon sa maong tunghaan. Actually, naihap na and then medyo unfavorable for the incumbent mayor or dili question niya ang results sa election mo tong ang mga katawhan murag nag-people power in that certain barangay kay dili ipa-release sa katawhan ang mga ballot boxes ngadto sa SWAT aron dalhon sa City Hall. Have you received any report about this incident? Kay the teachers also seem to appear medyo disturbed, kay nalibog sila kung i-release pa nilang ballot boxes or dili. Nadawat ba ninyo ni mga report, sir?
With regards to that incident, we have yet to hear from our election officer assigned there in Lapu-Lapu, Attorney Lapan. But with regards to that concern, I will try to give my own opinion on the ballot boxes, collecting of the ballot boxes. Because after the election day, the board of canvassers already counted out the votes inside the ballot boxes. So after those counting and the canvassing, there will be a proclamation for the elected winner, no? And then after that, that's the time the ballot boxes are transported. And again, But with regards for the recount and the area where they will do their recount, the COMELEC and the board of canvassers should come into a common understanding to where to go. Rest assured that the votes already have been counted prior to the transport of the ballot boxes.
But can anyone demand a recount on the spot after the votes have been tallied inside the schools?
Ma'am, actually, they can't demand a recount automatically. Okay? That would amount to a pre-proclamation controversy. What they can do is wait for the proclamation and then they can file a protest within 10 days after proclamation. And pwede nila yung grounds is nanangay sa counting, etc. Then they can ask for a recount there. And ako na i-clarify ma'am, regarding sa process tungkol sa elections, I haven't seen the video and wala kami nakuha sa complaint, but what happens po after counting inside the classroom, natin itawag na kani election records which will be brought to the board, barangay board of canvassers. Kaning ballot boxes, dili na niya dato dito. Ang ballot boxes, kailangan na sa custody sa city treasurer's office, which is often nasa mayor's office. So, that might be a possibility na mo nilitabo, but I have to see the video first. Okay, wala pa nang sa mga complaint.
Sige. We will forward the video, but as of now, wala pa tayong any complaints nga nadawat sa mga teachers or members sa COMELEC sa Barangay Kalawisan. Wala po sa wala pa.
So far, wala pa.
Alright, sige. Ani na sa issue sa SOSE, Attorney and Sir Ivan, pila na ang inyong mga nadawat diri sa Region 7? Unya kasagaran ba sa inyong mga dawat? Katong mga nakadaog, habat katong mga napildi. Naapa ba sila gana na musubmit silang SOSE?
With regards to the filing of the SOSE, we have still yet to accumulate all the candidates and also the non-winning candidates, no? Ni-file sa ilang SOSE. But as of yesterday, they already requested the forms and also the list of requirements for their SOSE, no? But under the law prior to the election, the campaign period, they have already been notified prior to the filing of the COC that they will really submit whether they win or not during the elections their statement of contributions and expenditures. So when we say expenditures, whatever spent for whatever kind and value during the election period.
Di ba appeal sa penalty, Ani, aside from the katong 10,000 na fine? Sir, no, sa first offense is disqualification from running in public office. Na ba tayong mga na-disqualify in the past tungkol kiwa sila nakasubmit silang SOSE?
Actually, ma'am, there were already complaints na ay mga election offense cases na i-file against kaning mga wala ng file COC before, SOSE before. Currently, ang status is ipa-hold lang sa Manila office na mo kay I'm not sure or say reason na probably they're trying to be more lenient kay wala man nila file in court yet, but naanay mga investigations and probably itungan nila na file. Hopefully, kaning mga kandidato na to karon, whether they won or not, or bisag ka itong mga ni-withdraw, like under the law, even ka itong mga ni-withdraw, kailangan sila mag-file sa SOSE.
Pero Attorney, isn't this going to make the candidates feel lax about the certain ruling na gihold raman day gihapon ang mga complaints in the past, so wala sila sense of urgency to comply now?
That might be true, that can happen, yes, but it can also happen na at any time pwede sa i-file diretso sa COMELEC. Okay, they already have the violation, they already committed the violation, and they're already at the mercy kung i-file ba na or dili. So naaragyan po na nila, but akong advice nila is just comply with the law para wala nang ilabat sa ulo nila.
Thank you, sa partner. Sa kuan lang, no, kaning sa SOSE, can you kindly give us some kind of a profile? Kinsa man ang usually ang delayed or say, many of them katong mga napindi or kay katong mga idaog saan mo ginapufile kadaghanan ba na katong mga mapindi una ikaduha then nabatay gisilutan kay wala ni file so kuha na sila sakan sila kuha kaso and then they are perpetually disqualified from running public office.
Yes. With the ratio between those who won and who didn't make it no, during the election day, kasagaran din sa pili mo file kini yung pili Pilipino, Pilipino. So, ang pinakagrabe ko is kanang withdraw because they feel like they don't have any obligation anymore to file their statement of contributions and expenditures. But amo gyapon silang gina-inform and ginaawhan to file their SOSE. The office is also very understanding and accommodating for them to file their SOSE on time. It is because especially these contributions and expenditures given to their supporters and from friends, no? Because now they are required to declare them in their SOSE. So they will also have ample time to ask their friends, of course, and their partners and supporters with regards to their expenses during the election day.
Kuan kaning naimangutanan yun, how is our accomplishment rating in terms of kaning yung mga nag-file? Do we get a 100 or 0 by 0 or 100 by 100 kuan accomplishment rating there? Or if there are failures, then we really have to, we really mandated to file cases against them eventually.
With regards to the naagi mga pending cases being filed against them, no? With regards to the enforcement, because right now the COMELEC is also getting busy with regards to the special elections for Negros Oriental. No? But rest assured that our Manila office is keeping an eye on these things, and then they are taking it seriously, most especially this time that our chairman, Treasurer Garcia, is very proactive with regards to our statistics and data from the field office. No? So this will not be taken lightly as well, and so they might not be complacent about this. So the cases are lodged, so at any time they can be filed against them, and I do hope that for the winning candidates and also those who didn't make it, and including those who withdrew for the elections, that they may file their SOSE on or before November 29th of this month.
Who usually files the case? Kuan kaning field office, isa ka dito sa Manila, or can any Filipino citizen file a case regarding this with the local office?
Regarding the election offense, as to any election offense, any person can actually file with our office, the Regional Election Director's Office, or directly sa Manila. And then, what happens is, if gikan sa Manila, ina-upload sa MOA for preliminary investigation. And afterwards, we make our recommendation, we file our recommendation with Manila, and sila na determine if mo file of information or i-dismiss na ang complaint. Also, it can also happen na kanibitang ang Manila office na mo proprio or at their own instance, the file as mo recommend as the filing for information like what happens sa mga SK before na overage. Sila naman sa mismo ang naiingon na filing at inyong kaso and then we just comply.
Masabot ani atong mga nanao, pwede po sila mo file kaso kontra sa mga wala ni file. Pwede. They can do that. They can do that also. Okay, my next question is, it's one thing to accomplish the social requirement. The issue of honesty is another issue kay under our constitution, kamo gani atong election is HOPE mo gani, honest, orderly, peaceful. So honest part, lisod yung kayo ang paper trail, no? Even the COMELEC is hard pressed to really follow the money trail, no? Pila mo gasto, no?
Yes, sir. We admit na lisod na siya. In fact, ang resolution made measures para at least ma-limit ang chances na mag-circumvent ang mga politicians. Like, for example, if magpa-print sila sa mga tarpaulins nila we also ask the businesses, the respective businesses, to submit the list of those na candidates na nagpahimo nila along with the kanyang mga resibo nila. So, naatay a bit of transparency or natay countermeasures na maka-check na with BIR if tama ba yun yung report nila. And also, kaning mga iba-print nila, mo reflect man sa silang tuan, sa ilahang, sa each candidate's na expenditure. So, natay checks and balance. At least ka na mga measure ato ng libuhan sa atong resolution.
Well, ka-partner, si COMELEC Chair mismo, George Garcia, ingon yun nga, or it's already unpractical ang costing sa atong election. So, can we see ahead of time that the COMELEC will take the initiative to come up with some kind of a proposed bid or a bid to Congress, increasing the expenditures?
Exactly.
Which I think the congressmen and the senators
Okay, these figures, Sir Eric, do no longer reflect the current rates.
Because if COMELEC will do that, mag-file sila on their own, basig pag-abot sa Congress o sa Senate partner, ila ba ganin tasan ang proposal sa COMELEC? What do you think?
That is very true, no? Kay the allowable rate for a candidate to spend per voter basis is 5 pesos, which is very very possible, especially and very applicable for us nowadays. So I do hope that they will make measures as well with regards to proposing and implementing or repealing laws before the Congress.
One last question, partner. Do we see ahead of time some kind of discovery, no? Governor George Estrigan Jr. Of Laguna, something like that happening over there. Katong one, dishonest filing of SOSE, so he was removed as governor of Laguna.
That is a possibility, sir, na yung mga file of dishonest na SOSE. But, ang ato resolutions karon regarding sa mga SOSE o kanin sa mga businesses require na ipakita yun ang true name sa gitagaan o sa nagtatag, including ang ilahang respective addresses. And if ever man sa gyud na naagi dishonest na mo submit og SOSE, if was sila kadao, then can file an election offense. And without prejudice to filing perjury, kay under oath man ni atong SOSE. If nadaog sila, aside from committing an election offense, pwede po sila madilig kalingkod. Kaya ang atong requirement para makalingkod and maupod na ang required sa DILG is makasubmit sila and makakomply sila honestly sa ilang SOSE.
Sir, ari ko sa issue about katunay mga pending and disqualification cases, sir ba? I believe there are 3 candidates who won, no? In Cebu ba niya nga figures, sir? Or Region 7, Karkar, Balangban, and Mandawi, nga wala na dayon pa ang ilang proclamation, kina sila pending disqualification. So, i-update na ni sir.
Yes, that is very true. And then we also have one suspended candidate, no, in Negros, in municipality of San Jose. So total, all in all, is 4, and all of these 4 candidates won the election. No? So with regards to the suspension of their proclamation, no, they cannot really be proclaimed as of now, awaiting the decision of our COMELEC as well.
Mga how long ka na ang kuan, sir, ang murag decision na may idea kay kung mabakante ang mga posisyon once nga mag-turn over na sa bagong leadership unsa may mahitabo?
Regarding sa time kung kanang kanima umanam, we cannot really tell kay it's the Manila office who will determine kay administrative case naman siya. As to kantong effect sa disqualification, that would depend kung unsa ang grounds sa disqualification. We have generally we have 2 grounds under Section 68 sa Omnibus Election Code, which pertains to kaning mga acts subsequent to filing the COC na maka-disqualify nila. under Section 78, which is material misrepresentation in the filing of the COC, ang effect nila would differ, depende sa grounds. So if you go for Section 78, and we're already done naman sa election, so if under Section 78, mo retroact man would niya ang effect niya. So it's as if there's no candidate to begin with. Kaya i-cancel na ang COC. So ang katong second placer sa election, mo siya ang huli. If ever na under Section 68, that would depend kung ano siya na rule with finality ang kaso. But since now, humana naman ang election, so ang effect na sa Section 68 karon is ang succession na atong sunod. So if barangay captain, ang first councilor na atong huli. As to katong, this is if na ma-convince sila ma-disqualify nito yung upat na kandidato na to. But if dili sila ma-disqualify, then makalingkod yun sila. Pending sa final decision sa COMELEC, then we have to appoint an OIC. Okay? Nobody can sit down sa ilahang respective positions if pending pa atong disqualification cases.
Who is going to appoint the OIC, sir?
That would have to be the DILG.
So balik ko na ko, sir, kung Section 78, kinsa ni siya, sir? Mo ni siya ang sa...
Actually, wala pa may data from Manila kung unsa gyud ground sa disqualification ani nila. Kay suspension order naman ang gihatag sa mga. I'm just laying down the possible grounds.
Okay.
Yes.
Per kung katong Section 78, muna siya, there was no COC file to begin with.
Yes.
Interesting.
So every tanang votes nga nadawat niya pag election, mahimo to siya straight.
Okay. Alright, sige. Vote buying. Namatay mga nadawat ng mga complaints.
Nasa kaisingin.
Sige, go sir.
Katong kay na-mention nato itong disqualification, murag nakadumuta sa Manila, katong mga EPAL na mga disqualification, katong mga premature campaigning. Ano sa'yo mahitobong status na attorney?
So regarding katong sa kontra EPAL, sa kontra bigay, sa mga vote buying, since kuan man ni siya, muhog man ni siya o kana under Section 68 yung mga acts na subsequent to filing COC na maka-disqualify nila. So if rule with finality, if ever defiance sila of election offense and disqualification due to those grounds, then magkuha sa finality, then they can be removed. If ever na disqualify sila, they can be removed from office and then rule on succession time. And humana naman ato election. And aside from that, ang kaning election offense, I'd like to emphasize na kaning election offense is a criminal case. So, if ever na ma-rule with penalty nila, ma-conflict sila, they can be imprisoned.
And then, appeal pa sa disqualification partner, kay murag kuan madugo ito sa Tagalog pa. Kaning consanguinity and affinity band sa second degree, no? Kaning napatay mga nakitaan ng mga nidaog kuan pa, nga ni-violate ani, pagkahuman incumbent, let's say, ang kagawad, pagkahuman ng SK, nidagan, parehong apelido, napatay mga nakitaan ng ma-disqualify o kung ma-disqualify man, usually sa SK, kinsa may mo panos nila ang first one, SK councilor or something.
Regarding this, kaning kuan bitaw no, kaning consanguinity na ban, daghan tag nadawat kaning complaints. Actually, in fact, nanagan pareho ang relative ug kaning SK, both sila nadaog. However, kaning mo gud siya, if we base it on law, wala pa ni siya we call it jurisprudence. Wala pa ni siya jurisprudence kaning mga decided cases by the Supreme Court. Relatively bago gini siya or wala gini siya makita mo before. So we have to wait. Ang stance sa COMELEC is they cannot sit down. Okay, and ang kuanan is since it's a qualification of the SK and if wa siya musulting naaday siya incumbent na relative before, then pasapot ana is ang kaniyang COC iyan ni gibakatan.
Yes.
So it will fall under Section 78, which is a material misrepresentation of the COC. So aside from he can be disqualified or he or she can be disqualified, pwede pa siya makasuhan ng criminal complaint for election offense.
Insay mo banos niya just in case ma-disqualify siya. First one gapon. The same process gapon first SK council ng or ang barat katong usa ka laing SK. Kaya murag stray kuha naman na siya, di ba? Murag dili na ma-counted ang iyang mga votes. So will it be another candidate?
If we follow the line of reasoning of the Supreme Court when it comes to disqualification under Section 78, then I'm of the opinion na ang upuli niya is ang katong second placer. Kaya ang disqualification under Section 78 retroacts to the day of filing the COC.
Second placer, SK.
SK, let's say SK chair.
Okay.
Juan, mo hindi tao, pero nagtuan siya na material misrepresentation, and then si Pedro ang ikaduha. Ang mukuli niya si Pedro since siya man ang next highest number of votes during elections.
Alright, sige. Balikot na ako akong question about atong vote buying, sir ba? Okay, this is something that's observed in a lot of places but it's very hard to prove. Daghan ba mo mga complaints nga nagawad kabahin sa pagpalit o boto ni atong niaging barangay SK elections?
Regarding sa paano vote buying, actually daghan kaayo. Daghan gid kaayo may nadawat, especially nga gi-expand sa COMELEC ang kanibitang mga presumptions when ni siya possibly vote buying, and for good reason. Kay lisod man ni siya, tungod kay lisod lagi ni siya dakon, if makaduda nga nag-vote buying ka, we assume na you're doing vote buying. So, yes, daghan kayo nadawat na complaints. Ang problem ng punta mo is, ang evidence na gipanghatag sa mga, dili mo gud makapakita og vote buying. Like, ang usual gid nga may tabo na ay sample ballots na naka-staple 500 pesos, 1,000 pesos. If inana mo gud, even if na yung sample ballots, dili mo gud ka-connect anak sa kandidato, even if naingan sa mga kandidato. And we cannot say na nainidawat ani or naapoy ni hatag ani. So, ang problem anak yun is to make a connection between the money and the candidates to the voters. So, if wala tayong mapakita ang inana, lisod yun siya i-file bitaw ang kaso nga vote buying yun siya.
So what evidence will work man, attorney? Kinahanglan gyud na video nga sa distribution or lisod sa kay kuhaon kay nag-risgo sa kay sa imong kinabuhi nga mag-video ka.
Under sa mga kaning Supreme Court cases, no? Ang ilahang i-suggest is aside from kaning mga pictures, dili man gyud nato caught in the act ang kuan. Even if video, lisod mo sa na siya ikuha. Ang kaning mga affidavits sa mga witnesses, pwede na siya suffice. So long as mapakita or sa ilang testimony, gasulti sila nga, kani siya, nihatag ni siya, o ani nga kwarta for this purpose, ani nga election. Or nihatag siya ani nga kwarta para vote niya para ani nga election.
But so far, sa kadaghan sa inyong mga reklamo nga nadawat, walay witnesses nga mo issue aning tukma nga affidavit.
Yes, nakingano, ang atong mga vote by this, we don't penalize the vote buyers only. It's always a two-way street, no? Ang vote buyer is penalized along with the vote seller. So, lisod na ko ang witness ana kay ang prime witness ana is katong nakadawat. And ganahan ba din kaning mga nakadawat na mapuiso po sila. I think that's something we can improve, no? Kada aspect.
Salamat partner kay kani gubot gyud kayo ni kay ang ator mga eleksyon nagkaana og kasaka. Tapos musaka gani ang kampanya, musaka sa daan. Kasabot mo. Usap nga kayo. Anyway, ang ako pangutana ani ko, attorney, di ba there was this famous na videohan ko sa Manila, tapos nakitaan ko ng kwarta sa bank, tapos ang ilang allegation na vote buying, pero of course, ang ingon sa defense, ingon sila na nagpa-seminar kami. So man, ingon si chairman na kung nagpa-seminar mo nga, wala may seminar, wala may gano'n. So, I don't know if you're in a position to give us an update on this, pero parang na-file lang na ito siguro kaso. So, base niya sa mga sumusunod na mga higayon, ang mga vote buying, magpa-seminar kintahay kung mamalit yung laro po just to skirt the ruling. I know this is very litigious, no? Ganyan proving this case, pero base niya, makakat ko na inood sila na kung magpa-seminar sila, pero actually vote buying, nanay, kuha namin tingtudlo sa kuha. Kanabang sa poll watching.
Actually, kini magpa-seminar tayo sa vote buying of the country is penalizing giving of any value. No? And sa ato sa COMELEC resolution regarding the kontrabigay, we also have the monitoring of these payments, no? With regards to GCash, Paymaya, and these are also monitored also by the ICT, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. So together with our whole of a nation approach regarding other local agencies, no, these are also counter-check. And then with regards to rallies and also seminars, no, they also need to file, especially during election period, certificate of authority to hold such things. Because if they don't, and then there's money, even food and drinks not allowed during these events. So these are monitored by the commission when this happens. So it is presumed that there's a vote buying.
Okay, Tagalogin ko rin para nakikinig yung mga Tagalogin. So, ang sinasabi po ninyo, pag magpapaseminar yung kandidato, kailangan humingi ng authorization or certification sa COMELEC. Pati yung pagbibigay ng soft drinks at pagkain, kailangan bawal din yun. So, kailangan may certification para magpamerienda. Klaro ka. Required na, no? Okay, so, bawal ang kuhansan, food giving during campaign sa mga tao. Kung manghatag ka, about if you're campaigning and then, alas 12 na, then manghatag kang sandwiches, bawal yun. Mabuti yung pagkano sa ating mga kandidato. Bawal din yun.
Yes, sir. Actually, kasi we have, sinabi mo kanina na may mga presumption tayo ng vote buying. And one of those presumptions is yung pagbibigay ng mga pagkain, drinks, and even yung paghahakot ng mga tao para makinig sa campaign mo, that's considered as presumed vote buying.
Okay. Yung nagpapakontest, kasi may nangyari dati noon, di ba, nagpakontest, kung ba naghatag ng kwarta, or nain mo doon sa kandidato, sir, kuha na ko, kasi pit post na yun, kuha na yun, grabe na yun, kaya ako kinabuhi, hindi mo po nang hatagan. Then the candidate gives out of the goodness of his heart. Bawal din yun.
Regarding sa mga contest, they're actually prohibited if it's used as a fundraising activity para sa campaign or even to support or against a candidate. Ang contest, pwede na siya generally except when it is used for fundraising activities. Ang kaning paghatag sa kandidato o kwarta sa kaning mga tao, that's still considered as vote buying right now.
Kani true to life ni attorney ha, kay parang maklaro ba for future use. Na kandidato, mingon nga, kisa man na ito ko mong anak din kay atong tagag preview. Tapos na yung isang kamot, mingon na ako, pito akong anak, and then mahatagan. In that situation, bawal na siya.
I'm of the opinion na it's bawal siya because ang any contest or kaning mga pabinggo gani, basta na ang kandidato mo reflect ang nga sa kandidato, ang presumption na that's done for vote buying. But it's one thing for us to presume na vote buying na siya, and it's another to prove vote buying.
Okay, and then, kanina lang para we will move on to the next topic, kuhaan kaning partner. conceptually, terms of policy, kanang mga madakpan sa kuan partner, kanang mga babaeng madakpan sa palunaka, they are treated as victims. Di ba? Ang katong mga patron, may dakpon, and then katong mga kuan, dawan nga nagbaligya sa ilang kuan, lawas, may victim. Is there the possibility in the realm of the future na katong nag-receive sa kwarta is actually a victim and katong namalit, may actually ang criminal?
Actually, yes. Nindot unta na nga concept, but we cannot deviate from the Supreme Court rulings magod no kay magsunod man ta nila kay however they interpret the law is considered the law. So until such time Supreme Court will say na we change our paradigm, then we have to follow what the Supreme Court says.
Alright, thank you kayo. Nakan kayo interesting areas, gray areas, magud aning topic sa vote buying. Taas-taas pag ini siya discussion, Sir Eric. Very briefly lang, Sir Ivan and Attorney, before we introduce our next panelist, no? Kanilang katong pagpanglimpyo sa atong mga kadalanan from campaign paraphernalia, murag daghan ang nahipos, pero daghan gyapon ang nagpabilin. So who really has the sole responsibility of these campaign posters that remain to litter our streets?
Yes. With regards to the campaign posters, no, because the COMELEC provided common posting areas, no. So with regards to the common posting areas, the candidate, their posters located in the common poster areas, they have 5 days to remove this one after elections. No? With regards to the posters placed in the private property, it is presumed, especially under the law, that they consented, the owners of those private properties consented to the posting of the candidates, their tarpaulins and posters. No? So the burden now shifts to the owners of the private properties and not against the candidates. So they should also remove these campaign materials, no, and not just let it wander litter on the streets.
So may penalties, Ani, sir?
In case they won't comply on the removal of these posters within 5 days, they will also face a corresponding election offense, which is also a criminal offense.
Partner, napaka-kay ka ako giling singit partner. Kay kuha tagwan ani karon kaning scoop. Firstly, kuan kaning after activity report kay basig si Chair George Garcia kauna after activity report so that we can learn new ideas, new possibilities, or unlearn old habits. Kaning katong mall voting nato dinhi sa Cebu. How was that? What is our after activity assessment? Number 1. And then number 2, ako nang isingit kung sa may mga plano nato for the December 9 Negros Oriental special elections for that particular district.
With regards first to the mall voting, no, for SM Consolacion, there were 2 malls for mall voting, SM Consolacion and the Robinson's Galleria. With regards to the turnout, no, we have 81.39% turnout for the SM Consolacion. And for the Robinson's Galleria, we have like 61% of our turnout with regards to the mall voting. Actually, upside good siya with regards to letting the voters vote sa malls, no? And then it's just that the availability of our malls regarding their spaces that they can provide us, I do hope na madugangan in the future, no? Most especially this is of good help sa ato mga senior citizens, PWDs, heavily burdened women, and also those na physically challenged yun that needs assistance. No? So I do hope na makaprovide sa dakong malls with regards to spaces for this because the COMELEC can only do so much with regards to the available spaces that they provide us. So maayigid ang turnout sa atong mall voting no, it's very positive, and I do hope that the COMELEC will continue this. And then for the second question regarding
So we see this in the future na this may become pro forma na mall voting will become a new reality for the Filipino.
Yes, most especially after the election day, no, some of our election officers and members of the COMELEC, including our local enforcement agencies, asked the voters who voted inside the mall, and then what are their ideas, and then they said na hindi yun ikapsay niya bugnaw sa hindi sila paglinya o taas ng init kayo, and then there are chairs provided for them, and then nasa steps makita sila prior to entering the voting precinct. So very positive yun on voting.
So this will be part of the economy for the future. And then as long as di lang nato pilihan with small, no?
Yes, agad sa taas ang malls na provide sa ilang spaces, no? Because we cannot do away also with the existing contracts with the other businesses inside the malls.
How about the Negros Oriental special election?
Yes, with the Negros Oriental special elections, we have the filing of our COCs, no? Initially, it was stated from November 6 to 8, but this was extended to November 11, the filing of the COCs. So, with regards to the campaign period, it would fall on December, from the filing of the COC, which is November 6 to 8 now, or 6 to 11, up to December 7. Yeah. December 7, mauna siya ang atong campaign period. But with regards to the election period, tutup siya ang December 24. December 24.
Meaning na i-gun ban sa Negros Oriental.
Yes, there is a gun ban in Negros Oriental. And with regards to the last barangay elections in Negros Oriental, it was generally peaceful, no, for the barangay SK elections because they held October 28 and 29. They held a court curfew from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., which was generally helpful in regards to the peace and order in the area.
Alright, thank you kaayo to our friends from the COMELEC. Di na mo hot doon ang tanang questions kay later on we will open the floor to questions from our friends from the media. I believe some are also on their way. But ato sa ning sayran ang kabahin sa usa sa mga atong gikahinaman nga musical this coming November 10, 11, and 12. But first, let's introduce Sir Eric,
Yes.
ang atong mga panelists from Zephyrin the Musical.
Malipay yung kung natay kuhan ba, kanil ba mga sa arts?
Yes.
Ano mo inana ba, kay this is for the soul, food for the soul na po din, very
Exactly.
important for us. No? We have, lipay yun nato, ganyan din si
Suki.
Suki. Sir June, Gitamundo, siyang writer o director pa yun. Sana all. And then, si Dustin Tagalog, kuha na siya, apelyido niya ni Tagalog, kuha na niyo.
Bisaya ni si Dustin.
Bisaya ni siya, for Zephyrin, the musical.
So Dustin plays the role of Zephyrin, so Zephyrin the musical. So karon ato sang sayran, unsa man ni about ang story aning Zephyrin the musical. This time no si Jude comes to open line wearing different hats. Last time kay for kuan man to no? For Phil Scout o karon for Zephyrin the musical. So tell us what this play is all about.
This is a very simple story of one of the students of the schools of Don Bosco. No? He is a boy who grew up in Patagonia in Argentina, and he was brought to Buenos Aires to be trained under the Salesian Fathers. And he became such a model of of piety and kindness na it caught the attention of all his friends. And he was brought, in fact, to meet the Pope, Pope Pius X at the time. But unfortunately, the boy died early because he had tuberculosis. At that time, wala pa to yung cure sa TB, so he died at an early age. Pero ang nakariunik na story is that he became blessed not because he died out of martyrdom. It's just a simple fact na he was a kind and pious person, and that imbibes totally the Bosconian spirit, no, na ingon ni Don Bosco nga do your ordinary works extraordinarily well, and that is why he became a blessed now.
Jude, this is not the first staging of the set musical, no? You already presented this in 2008, botong first time,
Yes.
in Cebu.
2008, it was originally directed by the one and only Miss Daisy Bad.
Ah, but you wrote the
Yes,
play.
I wrote the music and lyrics and also the book of the musical together with Father Fidel Orendain.
So question lang, Jude, asa man nag-start ang concept, ani, the idea of writing or creating a play in honor of Blessed Zephyrin na Bunkura?
It really started with Father Fidel Orendain. He approached me at that time that he wanted to write a really passionate musical about the life of Zephyrin Mamukura. And it just so happened na nilangga siyang US at that time after. So wala kong nadayon ang among collaboration. So I eventually finished the whole play by myself. And that's the play that we produced with Miss Daisy Baad back in 2008.
So personally, unsa man ang imong mga realizations or learnings from the life of Blessed Namunkura sa imong journey ba with Zephyrin?
Ang akong biggest takeaway is really the importance of just being kind, especially nowadays where people are so unkind and so quick to judge. And this is a good message for our young people, especially sa mga batanon karon nga in one case sa social media and it's so into the influencer kind of thinking, no, na you can be an influencer but you don't have to attract attention to yourself by doing something outrageous. You can actually just be kind and just be good, a good person, a good citizen, and that is what Zephyrin Namukura showed to us.
How different is our 2008 presentation versus 2023?
This is very significant karon because of what's going on in the world right now, and ang context sa story ni Zephyrin is there was a war at the time between ang iyang own people, the Arocanos, and the white settlers, which they called the Wincas. And so we also updated the story a bit to reflect our day, the time that we're living right now. And the idea, the central point there is kindness. If we just acknowledge that we are all human beings sharing the same space, we can actually learn to live with each other. And hopefully that is what our young people will learn from watching the show.
Sir Eric, ang imong questions kang Sir Jude before we talk to Dustin.
Uy, salamat kayo, partner. Kani si Saint Zephyrin?
Blessed.
Blessed.
Zephyrin.
Hindi pa rin ikuan. Okay. Kaning, kung ako na ako'y pangayoon, let's say, as intercessory prayer, how can Blessed Zephyrin help me? Is she, kuha siya kaning mga saints for kindness, saints for ailments, unsa may, how would you describe?
He is known to be a model and an example for young people to follow, and especially young persons who are in a situation they need to help spread the message, especially because he's a Catholic, spread the message of Jesus through his example of it, by his life. So I think he's a good saint for or example for young people. So that's
Pwede rin sa mga mga batang pasaway siya, kung natay mga kapasaway, and then mo pray taanin niya, and then hopefully siya mo intercede, mo rin na pwede sa na.
maybe this is my own opinion, wala pa ko kay boss sa official statement of the church regarding Zephyrin. Pero I would think na he would be a good example for those who are set in their ways and then you come to a point na you have to change your mind about things, because he eventually was molded by Don Bosco in the schools of Don Bosco, and there he learned a lot of things na he actually wanted to bring back to his people in Patagonia.
Alright, hi Dustin.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to hear you sing in a bit. But question lang, si Dustin lang ang nag-play sa lead role or duha sila?
Siya lang yun.
Wow!
Inalang ka, dato mong salig. Dustin.
Sige Dustin, how is the experience so far playing the role of Zephyrin in this musical, and how has it changed your life?
Though na-mention ni Sir Jun na nga, the story is simple, the life of Zephyrin is simple, but in creating the play and then in trying to reach to that character bagay, it's not that easy. Kaya even though simple ang mga things na buhaton, you need to be very genuine about it. You need to be very smart about it, and then specifically the job is kanang draining in a way na there's so much. This is a musical, no good. So there are songs, there are dances, kanang.
And you would know because she is one of our pioneering cast members of Siddhartha. This is not sung through, there are dialogues and songs and dances.
So yes, that's it.
Dustin actually started 15 years ago. He was this little kid who
Was
watched
Konyan po si
yes,
Dustin?
and he
yes.
watched the first show. He
Actually, this musical specifically was the reason why I started joining kanang musicals. Okay, I was watching the show back in SM City. Then I was in awe watching the show, watching the kids, because there are so many kids kanang sa kaning play. Because a part of the setting is borders, and so there's kids.
What's naman imong preparation for the physical and vocal stamina, especially that you're doing the role for all shows for the 3 days?
I think it's as simple as practicing yun. Practicing regularly, warming up, again.
Mga lessons nga imong na-learn ni Zephyrin nga imong na-apply sa mong life karon, have you also become kinder because of his example?
I think it's very timely no. I'm also reading a book that's very similar to that. It's titled Purpose-Driven Life. And then the message of ang similarity nila, the message of the book and this play is about doing simple things lang yun. And then even those simple things, as mentioned by Cedric, can be an example, can be an influence to the people na, we didn't do good. I can live a simple life and be very happy about it. And God will bless you doing those simple things as long as you do them extraordinarily well.
Thank you very much, Juan. I'm catching up on your term na you have to be genuine and smart. So katong sa smart, sundan sa nato sa smart, para lang makabalaw ang mga tao, how many pages ang usahin mo dialogue? Parang masabtan sa tao nga dili siya marabang pelikula nga kuan lang, very short scripts no. Usa ka taas ang pinakataas ni mo kuan dialogue. How many pages?
For the show lang, it's not very long, mga around 2 hours agad siya. It's like the movies are about But for
68 pages.
68 pages. Ang imong longest nga dialogue is how many pages?
I'm not sure with the exact number, but most of the scenes na.
Usually, it's a standard one sa musicals to keep it at least 3 to 4 pages of dialogue. Then we go to the song para it's not so boring. But 4 pages is already way too long, so 2 to 3.
So muna is smart na gingo ni Dustin. So you have to be very smart on this.
I think I said smart about approaching how I approach the whole production.
And then when you talk about being genuine to the role, of course, appealing mo din na siguro ang being, I don't know what method you use, love skiba or something. Pero kuan kaning, what is the impact? Firstly, why did you take the role? Was it a personal choice because you were convinced? Or you were, kuan ba, gaga over it the first time you saw it?
What's interesting about the flow of what happened is, first, appeal ako sa production. Kanang with back end of producing the whole show. And then I got interested when I learned that in the musical, there are 3 songs na included. Yeah, these 3 songs are my favorite songs ever since when I was in high school. So I grabbed the chance and opportunity to join and be one of the cast members. So God gave me this role. Yes.
And then, so far, it's been a journey, doing this. What have you noticed in terms of the impact in your life? In your personal life, in your own personal journey, in your own undertaking this role?
Although I still have a long way to go, few things I've learned in this throughout the journey is discipline, when it comes to preparations, my food intake specifically, yung anak, because the dancing po, the singing, and all. So I think I'll go for discipline o yung number one.
Where are you getting inspiration? Do you feel like spiritually, God is touching your life when you do this role? Is there some kind of an elevating moment or luminescence in this experience?
No, I don't think there's an elevating moment, but I think it's generally production as a whole. I keep on asking good intercession from the Lord to guide me, to keep me grounded, and to give me wisdom. I will be able to share the story to everyone.
Direct na lang akong itawag mo. Murabang sa pelikula ba?
Yes.
Direct, what do you want this play to essay to the audience? What kind of impact? Kung sa may lakra, gusto nimong ibilin sa ilang mga dagway, sa ilang mga pangunawa?
Ay, katong yung ganina na this is a story that we really designed for young people to hopefully listen to and watch. We need more young people who would take on the cudgels of being good Christians, good persons, and good members of society. And the way to do that is, I think the very basic teaching of Jesus was kindness. No? If you look at all of the teachings sa Toa, it can summarize with kindness. And I think that's what we lack in the world today. And I think young people can benefit from watching the life of Zephyrin being played out on stage. Hopefully they will be also entertained as well as educated, because we also designed the show to be as entertaining as it is educative. So I hope you enjoy the show and support it.
For parents, what do you want their takeaway to be? And then kung na yung mga politikong matanaw po,
Ang nakalito,
so may takeaway.
good point yun, sir. Kaya actually, the very central relationship in the story is between Zephyrin and his father, because at that time in the story, his father Manuel really had to learn to let him go, because he had to turn him over to the Winkas, which are the white settlers, among them the Salesians. So it was an act of trust and confidence na iyang turn over sa Salesians ang iyang anak. And he was grooming Zephyrin to be his successor, because he was the chieftain of their tribe. But ang nakalindot sa story is Zephyrin did not end up as the chieftain of his tribe, but he eventually became a cult figure in Argentina, where he is right now. And so, kanang murag sa toa ba si Pedro Calungsod, he elevated to that level na all of the Argentinians look up to him as an example. So, murang gingon na we may not, things may not go according to our plans as humans, but God has a bigger plan for us, and we can see that played out in the life of Zephyrin.
So direct na itong sa mga politikong matanaw, so may takeaway po nila.
I think I would want this message to be for more young people to take on the one in government. And our last song is entitled "Make a Stand." So it's time for young people to volunteer and go ahead and become leaders of this country. So we look forward to that bright future.
Sige, so ato i-plug, Jude, asa ta makapalit og tickets, the time of the show, tagpila.
Yes, we invite everyone to watch our shows this coming November 10, 11, and 12. That's already this coming weekend. All of the shows will be at the center stage. All of the shows will be at the center stage, SM Seaside, Cebu. And we have shows 9 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. of each day. For ticket inquiries, for quick you can message our Facebook page, which is Zephyrin the Musical, or go to the link m.me/Zephyrin the Musical.
Alright, thank you so much, Jude. And we are going to enjoy an exclusive sneak peek performance of two of the cast members of Zephyrin the Musical. Jude, ikaw na lang mo introduce kinsa imong mga cast members. And after this, we're gonna pause for a short break. And then we are going to open the floor to questions from our friends from the media. So go ahead, Jude.
So the first song that you'll hear is the song of the mother of Zephyrin. this is the moment wherein she reveals to Zephyrin that she's actually a Wicca. She is one of those. This is one of those twists in the story, na he, she, Zephyrin thought that his mother is an Araucano, and turns out katong pagkabata sa iyang mama, she was actually a Wicca who was kanang kidnap or gikuan sa mga Araucano. So there's that cycle of violence which is very relevant nowadays. No? So, and this is the song of her revelation to her son. So this is a duet between Zephyrin and his mother, Rosario. Rosario is played by Joanna Podesta and Zephyrin is played by Dustin Tagalog.
Alright, so friends, mo exit sa minirikadyot sa panel, no? And then let's welcome our performers, Dustin and Joanna. And afterwards, we'll pause again for a break and then we'll open the floor to questions. Thank you and enjoy their performance.
All your life you know yourself to be your father's son, and you are with every drop of blood in you. But you are so much more than that, lest you forget, my son, that I've been and I am your mother too. You are sky, you are earth, you are air, and everything else in between. You are fire, you are water, you are all and everything you dare to dream. Listen to your heart, son. Anything is possible. You are everything.
So if I'm a Wicca,
Araucano, sun and moon, red and blue or black and white. We are different. We're all different, don't you see? In that way, you and I are all alike.
so why can't we agree or even get along? Is there no space enough for everyone to call their own?
You are sky, you are earth, you are air, and everything else in between. You are fire, you are water, you are all and everything you dare to dream. Listen to your heart, son. Anything is possible. You are everything.
Everything is possible. burst of light. I wanna dance to the beat of life. I wanna see what's on the other side. I wanna be a hand to hold. I wanna have a heart of gold. I wanna feel, 'cause I'm ready to explode. Facing the sun, I'll gather my strength into one. And I'm gonna dive in the wings of flight. I'll reach for my place in the sky. And I'm gonna soar. And dreaming I'll dare to explore. Beyond expectations, I'm gonna fly on beyond the horizon. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I gotta be a page in history. I gotta shine for all the world to see. All I can be, I'll make you proud of me. Inside these veins runs a hero's blood. Inside my heart is a fire of love that rages on and burns eternally. Facing the sun, I'll gather my strength into one. And I'm gonna dive in the wings of light. I'll reach for my place in the sky. And I'm gonna soar. And dreaming I'll dare to explore. Beyond expectations, I'm gonna fly on beyond the horizon, where I can see the best there is inside me. There we will realize for our eyes better place to be. Facing the sun, gather my strength into one. And I'm gonna dive in the wings of light. I'll reach for my place in the sky. And I'm gonna soar. And dreaming I'll dare to explore. Beyond expectations, I'm gonna fly on beyond the horizon. Whoa, whoa. Yes, I'm gonna fly on. Whoa, whoa. Yes, I'm gonna fly on beyond the horizon.
Let it crowd for the Q&A.
Di, pikis lang sila. Chicken ba doon sa makikis? Dito ako na. Dito. Paano na ba?
Ako po. Yan ang bigay price.
And we are back here at Open Line News Media Forum, and thank you so much, Dustin and Joanna, for that absolutely beautiful performance. We can't wait to watch the rest of the show. Again, that's November 11, 10, 11, and 12. O karon, ato nang hatagan ni Higayon ang atong mga kauban sa buhat na sila na sa mangutana sa atong mga panelists from COMELEC and from Zephyrin, the musical. Please introduce yourself and then your question.
Good morning, I'm Mary. Firstly, I would like to congratulate to the COMELEC, sir, on the successful and peaceful elections this year. So as I inquired about the electoral board's honorarium last Saturday, I noticed that it has increased compared to 2018. So could you please explain the reason behind the increase in honorarium? Thank you.
With regards to the increase of the honorarium, it has been decided by the COMELEC as a whole, as a commission, to increase the honorarium for the teachers. They are scheduled from 10,000 to 9,000 and 7,000, of course subject to tax. So we always give credence to our teachers because there's no election if there are no teachers. And for the COMELEC, we cannot do it alone with regards to handling of the COMELEC, for the elections I mean. So it is a joint effort as well by all other local enforcement agencies for this election.
Sir, I just like to reiterate regarding sa kanin for the teachers na dili mo pay o kanang sa overtime sa mga teachers. For the honorarium, wala na sila extra fees, mga mabayaran for their extra hours may ilang spend during the elections.
Regarding overtime, okay, kaning overtime man good, ang muhatag mga authority para magrantan sila overtime is ang ilang respective agency. So we have to check with them and unsa ilang policy regarding that. Kay dili man may makabuot sa DepEd, separate man po na sila nga agency. Kaning pag-render of overtime, di man siya dahil makatag, kailangan ng authority sa ilang head of agency, kay para po di report na sa ilang kuwa. So, I cannot answer, COMELEC cannot answer regarding sa overtime, kay that's for their respective agencies to address.
Thank you, sir. For the record, for the whole region, sir, pila na ang naka-receive sa ilang honorarium?
As of yesterday, it was 55% for the whole region. Because some of the municipalities requested for another day for the releasing. It's because for the availability of the teachers as well, some scheduled on the 7th, some scheduled on the latter day, as long as it does not exceed November 14th, which is allocated and allowed by law.
JP.
Hello, good morning. JP Avisilio from CBS. Question lang sa COMELEC, no? Huwag mo nakadungog sa katong limang ganina sa Lapu-Lapu, you haven't seen the video yet. Pero naa sa tinanan na hitabo sa TISA, nakapan mo ato sa TISA. Katong nahitabo nga bikuha sa mga ballot boxes. Pero dito sa TISA, ang nagpakuha kay councilor sa syudad. Ang reklamo sa mga tao sa kay anong gikuha nga wa pa kuno na count ang vote dito mga ballot boxes. Tapos pero ang tubag nila sa pikas kay napunoy oras nga dapat na dito ang mga teacher niya at kinahanglan na punong kuhaw ng mga ballot boxes. Hindi ka pa nato nga oras. Nabay oras nga dapat ang sa counting sa mga ballot boxes.
Yes, sir. Regarding ano mga answer na kayo, you mentioned sa TISA, you mentioned sa Lapu-Lapu. What happens mo sir if may complaints? If ever nagi complaints, muagi sa nasa sa election officer. If dili na siya masulba dito sa level sa election officer, ipadala na siya sa amo dito sa region. So far, wala kami verified complaint na naabot sa amo regarding these matters. Pero nakoy nga nadungog na similar ang complaint. Pero let's remember na when it comes to the elections, bawion magid na ang ballot boxes after voting. Kay dili naman na siya magamit kay naihap naman na ang nasa sulod sa ballot boxes. Kay nasa sulod sa ballot boxes ipadala na balik sa treasurer's office. So it makes sense kung ang kuhaan nila is ang City Hall or if maingon sila nga konsehal tinuod bagid nga konsehal ang nagpakuha or ang City Hall ang nagpakuha. Kay ang City Treasurer's Office is almost always nasa City Hall. So kana bawion ang ballot boxes, what is important is ang katong election returns kay mo to siya pasahon ini ka kanpasing. Mo to siya ipon. So as to ka ng mga inana nga complaints sir, daghan kong mga nadungog but wala pa inaabot sa mong office na verified mga complaints.
Okay, salamat. Ang last na question na ako sa COMELEC. Possible na ba ang digital election para sa barangay sa sunod na election?
There was a pilot testing regarding automated barangay elections in Luzon, selected municipalities, but I forgot about certain municipalities. But they are always, together with our chairman, they're always very innovative with regards to handling elections. So we started on that one, pilot testing on that one, and also on our mall voting. And I do hope that from here, it is already a good start, that we can move forward until we go to the digitalized voting. But that is also under a strict scrutiny by the Commission itself regarding the sanctity of the votes of the people.
Thank you, sir. Birita sa Pikas. Sir, naatay para sa ako nindot ang mensahe sa inyong musical. No? Pero sa audience, sir, kumusta ang market or interest sa mga tao dito sa Cebu sa pagtanaw ng mga musical parehas? Nabatay na-expect ng mga dako nga number sa audience?
Sa Cebu, vibrant itong theater scene. No? In fact, just in the recent months, I heard of like 4 productions going on, and that goes to show the interest of the Cebuano in theater, both sa street plays and musicals. For Zephyrin, we have our students primarily as our audience, but I'm sure there are a lot of other friends who would want to watch this show. We have fans also from the previous incarnation who are excited to watch the new one, so that's something to look forward.
Actually, katrabaho na pa sa kapan ninyo parang si Rayban.
Yes. Rayban is a very great, is a great actor that we are working with sa Zephyrin. He's also part of one of my other productions in another productions ongoing right now.
Wagi na sila ang mga auditions.
Yes.
Say diagian sa atong mga napilian ng mga characters.
All of our professional actors and our students underwent arduous audition process. Thank you, sir.
Regarding din sa musical sir kanang since happy pagkatulong din siya sir no unsay mga avenue wherein asa siguro mapalit ang tickets niya nagpila po ni siya or na pa siya concert kanang
Student discount, I think we have student discount which is at 600, but the regular prices are at 1,000 and 1,500 for the general consumption of people.
niya asa tong mga concert asa ni pwede mapalit yung mga tickets sir?
For now, ang pinaka-convenient is if you message the Facebook page, but you can go directly to the Bosco to buy. And also, I think Lourdes Parish also.
Lourdes Parish namin.
Sa Punta o sa Don Bosco in Plaza Tours. Thank you.
Again, regarding yung sa theater, sir, more ba nila inyong show dates?
Yes, we have 9 shows in all because we have 3 shows in a day. So that's November 10, 11, and 12. So we have shows at 9 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m.
So we'll do, okay, so are you planning to bring this outside in Cebu, sir?
We'll see with the Salesian priests if they are interested. But coincidentally, next year they're celebrating a major anniversary. And then, wala na mo tuyo fit kayo on theme. So if more people watch this show now, that will probably prompt them to stage more shows in the future. So we hope for everyone's support para mapadayon nila ko ang Zephyrin musical.
Thank you, sir. Angie, Sir June, nakapunta na sa COMELEC. Good morning.
Angie from my TV for COMELEC, siguro si Ivan attorney. You talked about the poll voting earlier, 61% siya. Comparing na lang ka na apa sa school voting, mas taas ba ng voters turnout karon? And unsay factor siguro nga i-take into consideration para mas musaka pag yun mo siya ang turnout sa next voting?
With regards to the voting turnout, no, because the election officers from the different municipalities all over the region are yet to submit to us with their lists election day. Voters who actually voted during election day na list. So we have yet to retrieve it and compile it. But with regards to improvements for the election day, especially sa schools, we have noticed the concerns na ang uban ng mga voting precincts ay ibutan lang sa second floor, third floor, fourth floor with regards to the senior citizens and PWDs. I do hope we will address this na ibutan din sila sa ground floor for a better ease on their end. And then of course, with regards to persons with disabilities na sila yung mga companions at mas may ibutan sila sa ground floor. Now, there was also a concern regarding if pwede ba ang tanang mga PBLs or senior citizens and pregnant ibutang sa malls. Now, we cannot also decide on this and generally seclude sila, no? Because ang ilahan sa mga kauban na ma-assist nila during the voting would also vote. And if we will seclude this sector, perhaps ang kato ilang mga bantay or kauban na dili makabutan. So, we're into discussions and taking this into consideration with regards to improvements for the upcoming elections as well.
Pero katong sa mall voting particularly, sir, 61% nagtanong, mas daghan ba ang nibotar ato nga number of cluster precincts compared sa katong sa una, mag-transfer na sila sa mall?
We cannot differentiate yet because of the existing wala pa yung list na compile from the Kansas schools in the vote, no? But for the mall voting, kuha rin ang on data is because secluded and selected naman ang barangays na are we have yet to get it kung maayo ba it ang turnout. Because considering during that election, it was a very long weekend. So some opted not to vote and went to vacation, and we cannot discredit this inaction sa ubang registered voters, but it's because nagkataon mo sa yun na timing election nato taas kayo ng weekend. So some traveled outside the country and also to different areas also.
just like to confirm on your end, nga, kaning mga wedding candidates na daw this election, kay they can proceed right away to their position without waiting for the 30 days?
Regarding sa kaning mga nakadaog, there should be concurrence of three things. First, ang proclamation. Second, ang ilahang taking of oath. And next should be ang ilahang certificate of assumption coming from DILG. Para makakuha sila ng certificate of assumption from the DILG, they must comply with the requirements ng kaning SOSE first. Okay, without it, di man sila kalingkod. So, regardless kung naabot sila 30 days or not, so long as maka-comply sila aning tulo, they can already assume office.
Okay na ba? Alright. Wala na tayo laing questions, ka Sir Jun? Wala na? If wala na tayo dugang mga panghutana, atong hatagan ng higayon ang ato ang mga guest speakers to give their closing statement and final reminders for all of our viewers. This time, let's start with Zephyrin. Jun?
Again, thank you, My TV, for giving us this opportunity to showcase Cebuano talent. We enjoy everyone to watch and support our shows this November 10, 11, and 12 at the center stage, SMC Side Cebu. Let's support local theater because the support that you give to our local artists is something that you can be proud of, sir. And we make sure you're gonna have a night of entertainment and of values as well. So we hope you enjoy the show.
Again, I'm inviting everyone to watch Zephyrin the musical. It's on November 10 to 12 at SMC Side Center Stage. Tickets are available at Don Bosco, Lourdes Parish, or you can message us at our Facebook page. I'm excited to see you guys there. It's a night of magic.
Thank you. How about from our friends from COMELEC? Attorney?
First of all, we from the COMELEC would like to thank everyone who exercised their sovereign judgment in the previous elections, and hopefully next time more people would participate sa atong elections so that we would have a better chance of electing better public officials.
Thank you. And Sir Ivan?
Yes, for in behalf of our Chairman George Erwin Garcia and our Regional Election Director of COMELEC 7, Attorney Lionel Marco Castellano, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our partner agencies and local enforcement agencies, most especially that the turnout with regards to the crime rate during the elections went down to 40%, including the UDAS. And I am very happy that it was a generally peaceful and one of the very decent barangay and SK elections, considering the last SK and barangay elections was way back in 2018, which is 5 years ago. And I would like also to commend also the efforts of our teachers who served during that day. And I would like to thank also with regards to their understanding regarding the releasing of the honorarium. The COMELEC is doing our very best that this will be allocated on or before November 10 as well this time. And of course, the Commission as a whole is doing its very best to effectuate change for the upcoming elections. Because as they say, change is hard at first, messy in the middle, but gorgeous in the end. So that's all.
Wow, gorgeous in the end. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause to our gorgeous gentlemen for joining us this morning. Daghan kaayong salamat. And of course, we would like to thank our supportive partners of Open Line News Media Forum, International Pharmaceuticals Incorporated or IPI, the makers of Dr. S. Wong Sulfur Soap and Binder Ointment Pimples, 2 steps lang with Dr. S. Wong Sulfur Soap and Binder Ointment, Dr. Wong's Lightening Soap. Lipat na sa puting walang hati by germ protection. Switch to Dr. Wong's Lightening Soap. Casino Active, dapat kulang alcohol nyo. Casino Active kills 99.9% of germs while giving you an alcohol-fresh feeling because of its fresh scent and cooling sensation. And Binder Germicidal Soap, ang sabon na Bio-There sa germ protection, Bio-There buong araw at Bio-There sa coolness pa. Kaya dito ka na sa Binder, always Bio-There for you. And of course, daghan sab kaayong salamat to the International Marketing Group, Kaiser International Health Group Incorporated, Kaiser Medical Center, Manila Backers Life Insurance Corporation, and De Los Reyes Optical. O kamo ato ang mga viewers online and ato mga friends from the media who have always been very supportive of Open Line News Media Forum. Thank you so much. This has been Andrea Patania Matthew.
And thank you very much, partner Eric Espina.
We'll see you all next Tuesday. Good morning.